So a group of sperm were swimming towards the egg, swimming, 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 and at the front was a big sperm, and he was swimming, 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 and he thought, oh, we've been swimming for a long time. Be interesting to know where we are. So he started looking around, and he saw a couple of guys above him, and he called out, "Hi guys, we are sperm. We're on our way to the egg. I was wondering if you know, is it far?" And the guys started laughing and called back saying, "You wonder if it's far? You bet your ass it's far. We are tonsils." Welcome to Shave&Butcher, the wet shaving channel where we sometimes tell jokes. Another Australian, no, I can't do it, soap today, Salt Lake soaps. You'd think they're from Utah, but they're not. They're from the hinterland, which I don't know Australia at all. It sounds like it's like the part in the middle. Probably not, but that would be cool. And they have salt water rivers, I think, and that's why it's called Salt Lake soaps. This one is called Attitude, and it smells amazing. That's what it looks like. This is a loan from Matti Lindholm, and he was sent these from Peter Sullivan. So it's been he's been scooping out stuff, not loading from the jar. So I've been doing the same thing in my Captain Choice bowl. It was a bit tricky to get the soap to stick. So I don't know what that does, what that means, what that does to the soap experience. Who knows? I guess a lot of people know. The brush is the Simog Boar brush in the handle, designed by Frank Strömberg, but wet shaving and stuff, and turned by Matti Lindholm, the one and only. So I'm gonna load this. I'm gonna load pretty dry. Just load the brush and then try and build the lather on my face. So I'm not attempting to bowl lather, because I am not very good at that. I think a lot of people who try out soaps, who are good at it, I had too much water, so it's already fluffy. Damn. A lot of people who are good at analyzing soaps, they wanna try it out in a bowl as bowl lather, I think. But I can't. I'm rubbish at it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And yeah, I attempted to have a dry brush, but I guess I didn't. Or it's one of those soaps that are a bit frothy to start with, like Mitchell's. Yeah, it feels very frothy. But that doesn't mean it is, because, let's treat it like Mitchell's then. Mitchell's you need to work in. This is the first time using the soap, so don't judge anything by what you see. And I'm not reviewing, I'm just trying it out because it's fun. But with Mitchell's, you have this fluffy thing, fluffy foamy stuff from the top. Then you need to work it without adding water, so work it pretty dry for a while until it sort of settles and gets closer to that toothpastey consistency that you typically want from a soap. And I think we're slowly getting there. Yeah, it reminds me quite a bit of Mitchell's Wolfpack, actually. This is a tallow soap. It doesn't say which tallow, and then it's usually beef, so I'm assuming it's beef. But it has nice oils and stuff as well. Coconut and whatnot. So, good. A lot of juicy stuff, all natural, except there are fragrances. I couldn't find scent notes on the web page, and I haven't looked for reviews either. It just smells really nice. It smells like a men's perfume that I have smelled many times on people, because we like to smell our men, but I don't know what it's called, and I don't know how close it is to that, but it feels like, it smells like a cologne, a perfume. So I guess it's cologne, because I hear YouTube experts saying, oh, it's very cologne scent. I don't know what that means. Does that mean it smells like a perfume? I think so. This is starting to look pretty good. Pretty good. Dry. Yeah, very Mitchell's Wolfatty in consistency. Interesting. I don't know if I have a lot. I probably do. So I haven't tried the soap brand out at all. Isn't that interesting? It's kind of cool. It's like an adventure, and this is from really far away. Australia. Down under. I'll just stop. Can't do Scottish. Can't do Australian. What can he do? Nothing much in terms of accents. Just playing around, see what happens. So I added a bit of water, not a crazy amount, because some soap you can put too much water in and then they're kind of ruined. They are typically slick anyway. Low battery. Oh, now there's soap on the screen. What can you do? Is that okay? It went darker. God. Technical experts. Like the IT crowd. Oh, nice scent. Now it can certainly take more water, so let's try that. If you load way too much, which I may have done, you have to be there for quite some time, putting water in, mixing it up before you get any kind of decent consistency. I was watching Frank Strömberg, and he was saying, yeah, I don't make the lather as slick as some people, but as wet as some people, but it's plenty slick anyway. I don't know if that was criticism from Frank, but I agree with this point. I like to make a lather really wet, and that's not because it makes it slicker. To me, most soaps are slick enough. And to be honest, I find it really difficult to determine between slick soaps, which is slicker. I don't know how anyone can. How would you do that? Yet people do. But anyway, so I like to get the lather really wet, because it's fun and it falls off the razor. I find that amusing. That's my only rationale. It doesn't make the lather any better. And I hate it when it gets stuck on the straight razor. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I've got soap everywhere. There's shitloads of soap. So let's rock and roll. Let's do it. Let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel, shall we? The razor, once again, the Shave&Butcher, the celebrated. Look at those scales. Can you see? They're horn scales, and they're beautiful. They really are. Such a cool razor. Very, very cool. So how many of you watch hockey, like NHL? Because Frank may be watching, so I don't want to talk about the Swedish league, because his team beat my team the other day. Yesterday. But how many of you watch NHL and have a team you support? And which team do you support? Now you see, this is a bit drier than what I usually get. Now, my test to whether or not it's too dry is if I rinse water and it comes off straight away, then it's wet enough. If you have to rinse a lot or put your finger on it to get the lather off, then not enough. Oh, the soap is slick. Honestly, you know, I find it really hard to determine slickness in the soap. There are soaps I don't like Williams, because I can't build a lather. I can shave really well with it, it's super slick. Arco I find boring. I did make quite a bit of lather, didn't I? But it doesn't fall off, and you can't flick it off. Yeah, you can. Well, most of it. Some is left. But then I rinse, and it's gone. I always rinse with that angle, so no water comes up to this part and goes in here, because then you can get corrosion, because this is a carbon steel razor. Yeah, Arco boring, plenty slick, so that's not the issue. I shaved with dishwater liquid once when I got crossed with Williams, and yeah, it was crap, and it made my skin really dry. But it's not as slick as a shaving soap. But can you shave with a straight razor and dishwater liquid? Yeah, without too much trouble. No, don't do that. My point is, to get a good shave, you just need soap. Preferably soap that's been purposely made for shaving. Why not? But there really are other attributes in a soap that I look for, and I don't even know what I look for. How fun they are to build a lather with is probably the key thing. Because I mean, I could shave. I could do a second pass against the grain on residual slickness with this one, as with a lot of soaps. But you know how fun they are, their history. I like Mitchell's wool fat because it's really old and it comes in a cool bowl. Some people like artwork on soaps. I don't pay too much attention to that, but I get it. Scent, obviously. If I know the maker, it's a lot of stuff that goes into what kind of soap you like. A lot of people like soap makers where the price is quite low, as long as the quality is good, so that they can buy several for the same amount of money. That's a fair argument, I think. There's a joy to try, having tried a lot of different soaps. Trying classic soaps. You know, there's a lot that goes into it. And you know, for me, as for a lot of nerdy hobbyists, variation is a big reason for getting more soaps. Variation, and for some people, the quest of finding the perfect soap. And while maybe there is no such thing, I think it is a worthy course. I like this soap. It's nice. It doesn't blow you away, but I like it. It's elegant. Oh, I like elegant soaps. I don't like vulgar soaps. I like vulgar things in general. With soaps, elegance and the understated are things I enjoy. This has a really classy scent. I should try and Google scent, not scent notes, because that doesn't tell me much. Although I should study that a bit. But if someone else finds, or if you find, if you tried this out, that it reminds you of a perfume, I'd get the perfume actually. Oh, and it's Sunday today, Sunday evening, so tomorrow's Monday. Monday fun day. Okay, I'm not doing dog bear technique. I had a good feeling it would work anyway. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. This also seems to be a soap that gives a good post-shave feeling. I don't know yet. I'm probably not going to find out because I'm going to put a balm on. Look, I have soap everywhere. But it feels like one. It feels kind. So yeah, Monday morning tomorrow, coming out soon where I am. So what are your plans for Monday? What kind of fun and craziness are you going to get up to? Are you going to go into the office, if anyone does go into offices anymore, and just prank everybody Monday morning? My wife is funny. My wife typically says to everybody, especially at work, don't talk to me before 10 a.m. You know, I'm not taking meetings or conversations before 10 a.m. And she's quite the the Grinch. So she just hates people who are, how was your weekend? I had the most amazing yoga session on Sunday. It was so like 8 o'clock on Monday morning. If I'm in the mood, I would do that too. You know, hello everybody. I've got a feeling this is going to be a great week. I don't feel that, but it's just fun. I have maybe I've said before, I have a business associate, or someone I do business with that he's really funny and he's good. I really enjoy him. And he says, at least every other time when I call him and I ask, how are you? Yeah, every other time he says, you know, best day of my life. And he says, I just decided a long time ago I was going to have that attitude. It's not a joke, but if you determine how what is that? If you decide it's going to be the best day of your life, well, it probably is going to be a better day than if you didn't decide that, or if you thought it was going to be a shit day. So, good point, isn't it? Let's have a feel. Yeah, that's a good quality shave. It's not BBS, because if I go for BBS, I'm gonna pay for it later. I shave basically every day. probably shave 6 days a week because I shave Saturday morning and then now it's Sunday evening, so I do that occasionally. Yeah, this is my 6th shave of the week actually. So if I go chasing BBS every time, it's not gonna work. Mind you, if I use a wick, for example, I will get I will get a BBS shape apart from star pattern thing here and little bit on the hollow areas where I need to go straight to the side and sort of do the things only Frank Strömberg can do. I'm gonna put a bit of Thayer's witch hazel, unscented, on the face and on the dome. Don't forget the dome, as our friend says. Yeah, let's put some on the dome. Here you can't get it, and it's really difficult to order it for Sweden, so I don't use it all the time and I don't splash it around too much. It's evening, but let's smell nice, so when this dries out I'm going to put on Encre Noire by Lelique. It's a vetiver, dirty scent. I love it. That was it. The star was Salt Lake Soap's shaving soap Attitude. What does it smell like? Yeah, I don't know what the name is, so I'm not gonna remember it. But it reminds me of something. A little bit of Stella Alpina from Saponificio Varesino. It's not quite that, but it reminds me of that. But also a perfume. Enough. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful week. Get up to something crazy at work, won't you? Stay sharp.